Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
You're watching South Asian Newsline and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 9th of April. India clears deal to buy 26 Rafale marine fighter aircraft from France. India stops transshipment facility for Bangladesh to export goods. And Pakistan expels over 8,000 Afghan refugees in fresh deportation drive. And now for all the details. In a major development, India's Cabinet Committee on Security has cleared a deal to buy 26 Rafale marine fighter aircraft from France. The deal, worth over $7 billion will be executed under a government-to-government agreement with France, according to government sources. The contract also comprises a comprehensive package for fleet maintenance, logistical support and personal training. Deliveries of the Rafale M jets are expected to begin approximately 5 years after the deal is signed. These fighters will be deployed on INS Vikrant, India's first indigenous aircraft carrier, and will complement the Navy's existing MiG-29K fleet. The Indian Air Force already operates 36 Rafale jets. This feature will enable around 10 IAF Rafale aircraft to refuel others mid-air, thus extending their operational range. India has placed restrictions on the transshipment facility for export of cargo from Bangladesh to other countries, according to a circular from the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. While the circular did not specify the affected destinations, the move coincides with the US imposing new tariffs on several countries, including India and Bangladesh. Trade experts suggest the decision could benefit Indian exporters in sectors such as textiles, footwear and gems and jewelry, where Bangladesh is a key competitor. The move is seen as part of a broader effort to protect domestic industry amid shifting global trade dynamics. The decision also comes against the backdrop of increasingly strained relations following the ouster of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina last August, who was seen as a close ally of New Delhi.
This was a facility that was extended to Bangladesh in 2020. The transshipment facility extended to Bangladesh had, over a period of time, resulted in significant congestion at our airports and ports. Logistical delays and higher costs were hindering our own exports and creating backlogs. The facility, therefore, has been withdrawn with effect from 8th April 2025. And let me clarify here, I saw some reports. These measures do not impact Bangladesh's exports to Nepal and Bhutan transiting through Indian territory.
And tensions are running high in Balochistan as reports of extrajudicial killings continue to emerge. Human rights groups accuse Pakistani security forces of staging fake encounters after enforced disappearances.
A sharp surge in alleged extrajudicial killings in Balochistan has raised alarm, with at least 12 people reportedly killed in suspected staged encounters over the past 2 days. Among the latest incidents, 3 bodies were found in Barkan on Monday, while 2 young men, Mehrab and Khan Mohammed, were allegedly abducted from their homes in Buleda on April 6th and killed soon after. Authorities have reportedly withheld the bodies, intensifying public anger. Families of the victims and Baloch political groups accuse security forces of killing the forcibly disappeared under the guise of encounters, a pattern long condemned by human rights organizations. Despite repeated calls for independent investigations, accountability remains absent as enforced disappearances and violence persist. Activists allege that Pakistan repeatedly carries out so-called military operations and enforced disappearances to instill fear and exert control over the Baloch people, who have been demanding independence from its occupation.
And Pakistan has expelled at least 8,906 Afghan nationals in the past week in a fresh repatriation drive after the expiry of a March 31 deadline, the UNHCR said on Tuesday. All Afghan nationals who have no legal documents to stay or those holding Afghan citizen cards had been warned by Islamabad to return home or face deportation. Authorities say they have set up temporary centers in various cities to house the Afghan nationals before transporting them to Torkham border crossing.
अभी तक मुझे काली आ रही वहाँ से जो है ना जी, हमारे जितने भी वहाँ के लोग बहुत अफसरदा है, बहुत परेशान है कि आप क्यों जा रहे हैं, तो लेकिन हमें मजबूरन जो है वहाँ से जो है ना जी, तो ज़ाहिर बात है जहाँ आदमी की जो है वो बचपन लड़कपन जो है वो सारी ज़िंदगी गुजरी हो, उस घर को छोड़ना जो है ना जी, तो ये बहुत ज़्यादा तकलीफ दे जो है ना जी, हमारे लिए तकलीफ का बाइस है।
Some refugees said they had to sell their shops, businesses and household on low prices and they were worried about their future. The drive is part of a campaign called the Illegal Foreigners Repatriation Plan, launched in late 2023. Pakistan has in the past blamed militant attacks and crimes on Afghan citizens. Afghanistan has rejected the accusations and termed the repatriation as forced deportation. Pakistan says it planned to accelerate the drive to repatriate the roughly 4 million Afghans who crossed the border during 40 years of armed conflict in their home country and after the Taliban seized power in 2021. Human rights groups have raised concerns.
ये कुछ कार्ड तो हमारे पास है, मगर बस गवर्नमेंट ने बोला निकल जाओ, हम आ गए हैं वापस। हम बहुत खुश हैं, कोई नहीं, हम फिर वापस जाना चाहेंगे। अभी मैं खुद वापस जाके वीज़ा पासपोर्ट बना के वीज़े पे आऊँगा वापस। वहाँ पे मेरे दोस्त भी रहते हैं बहुत सारे, ये नहीं है, बस अब आप खुशी से जा रहे हैं अपने।
Nepal's royalist Rashtriya Prajatantra Party is intensifying its demand for a new political framework that includes reinstating the monarchy. As frustration grows over political instability, the party is gearing up for a major protest in Kathmandu later this month.
Nepal's royalist, the Rashtriya Prajatantra Party, has announced proposal to develop a new political system as it prepares to launch capital-centric protest from third week of this month. Staging a show of power in capital Kathmandu on Tuesday, attended by hundreds, the right-wing pro-monarchist party's president Rajendra Lingden proposed a new system that also will accommodate the monarchy. The RPP, since its inception in 1990, has supported the idea of a Hindu state and the kingship, as interdependent in the tiny nation buffered between two giants, India and China. Political instability has rocked Nepal, with 14 governments since the abolition of the monarchy in 2008, hampering economic growth and discouraging investment.
अब देश यही रहन सक्दैन, देशलाई अगाडि जानै छ, तर यही बाटोबाट देश अगाडि जान सक्दैन। त्यसकारण देशलाई एउटा नयाँ समझदारीको आवश्यकता छ र त्यसको लागि शान्तिपूर्ण ढंगले सबै राजनीतिक शक्तिहरू अटाउने गरी सबै राजनीतिक शक्तिहरूको सहमतिमा एउटा नयाँ समझदारी गरौँ।
Public frustration has risen over the failure of successive governments to deliver on commitments to develop the economy of the country, a natural buffer between Asian giants China and India.
So from after 10 days, all the people's movement will be capital-centric. People from all over the country will be coming to the capital, and there are different ways of protest. We will be installed in the ring road area. So there are lots of strategic plans that we have made just to put a pressure on the government. And what we just want after this is that, you know, the government needs to call for a new agreement. We want a fresh agreement where all the stakeholders, including the political parties and the king, should be within it.
Nepal's 239-year-old monarchy was abolished in 2008 by a specially elected assembly as part of a deal with Maoist former rebels, ending an insurgency that killed 17,000 people between 1996 and 2006. The last king, 77-year-old Gyanendra, lives as a commoner with his family in a private house in Kathmandu.
ओली सरकारको दमनको विरुद्धमा र राष्ट्र संस्था पुनर्स्थापना गर्नको लागि हामी जनताहरु सबै मिलेर चाहिँ एउटा सौहार्द वातावरणमा चाहिँ देशलाई कुनै क्षति नगरिकन जोस राजनीतिक दलहरु वार्तामा आएर चाहिँ राजालाई पनि कुनै स्थान दिनुपर्छ। अहिले हामीले हेर्यौं राष्ट्र संस्था सकिसकेपछि यो विगत 20-22 वर्ष बितिसक्यो त्यसमा पनि हामी जस्तो आम युवाहरू भनेको खाडी मुलुक जानु बाहेक अरू केही विकल्प रहेन यो देशमा हामीहरू जस्तो युवाहरू पढे लेखेको शिक्षित अथवा यहाँ केही गरेर खाउँ न त भन्ने युवाहरूलाई आफ्नै परिवारसँग बसेर केही व्यवसाय गरौँ भन्नेलाई वातावरण सिर्जना भएन र त्यसको विरुद्धमा आवाज उठाउनको लागि हामी सडकमा
And zoo workers sprayed water to cool off the inhabitants at the National Zoological Park in New Delhi this week as temperatures have begun to soar in northern India. The animals are being fed special seasonal fruits and vegetables as rising temperatures adversely affect their metabolism. While coolers have also been installed near their enclosures, their caretakers give them a bath at regular intervals. Indian Weather Office has issued a heat wave warning for 2 days in the national capital, post which it was forecasted that the region will receive mild rainfall. Located in the tropics, most of India witnesses very hot summer and a largely temperature winter.
We are doing various managements for the heat stress to reduce the heat stress, and that we call the summer management, especially the dietary changes we are doing in case of birds as well as the herbivores to cool down them, and the food, especially the seasonal fruits and vegetables which has more water content, that will be added in the diet.
एनसीआर दिल्ली की बात करें तो एनसीआर दिल्ली का भी जैसे हमारा 2 दिन का हीट वेव वार्निंग है, उसके बाद 10 को कहीं थंडरली डेवलपमेंट हो सकता है और 11 को हल्का फुल्का रेनफॉल एक्टिविटी हो सकता है.
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.
Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.